today I'm about to try to do a mock setup. Hopefully I can beat the rain, guys. Oh God. I just merely want to find out how I'm gonna set my tables up. I'm gonna try the way LBE said for me to set up because guys, you know, I have an event coming up and I can only have a 10 by 10 tent, okay? So I'm going to attempt to set up my tent, excuse my voice. I'm going to attempt to set my tent up with an 8-foot table and two 6-foot table. And I was going to bring my shelves out, but I don't want to get caught in the rain. We're trying to bring all that stuff out. It's saying that it's not gonna rain, but it's, y'all know the weather be unpredictable. It look like it's gonna rain anyway. So this is my tent, my 10 by 10 tent. I'm gonna set it up. I don't know if y'all can see me. Y'all know my hand don't want to act right, so what y'all? I normally let my legs up first, and then pull it out. Like this, because it's easier for me to try to get up under. And y'all, I can set this tent up by myself. So I'm excited about near my legs. I be karate chopping it, y'all. Karate kicking, I mean. Enough for me to get up under here. And that's it. So, easy enough for me to set up by myself. I got this tent from Walmart. And I tend to like the straight leg tent versus the slant leg tent. So, that's what I got. You guys see what I'm doing? All right. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm gonna bring my cell phone under here so I can see what y'all saying. So I cannot see. Let me pull myself, pull my pull myself up so I can see what I'm talking about. Let me see who's in here. Welcome in, everybody. Good morning, Mom's Best. How are you, love? Y'all need to eat me up. Do y'all have next where y'all are? Okay, let's see. Wrap it up, gifts. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Tiffany. Hi, Courtney. How y'all doing? So y'all see how easy it was for me to let that tent up? Okay. Now, LBE said for me to do an L inside the tent so that the people can come into the tent because where I'm at, it's like hot. So, and I try not to want my guests to be like in the immediate sun because the condensation. Yeah, this table be fighting every time because of the condensation. So let me let the tent up some more. Uh-oh, I think I just got my rubber band in. Oh, I just popped my rubber band, guys, in my hair, so I'm gonna have to tighten that up. I'm just gonna let this up a little higher so that I can don't give myself a concussion. Okay. Now I gotta hope you ain't gonna come and take a tent while I'm trying to do this demo. Okay, that's much better. Hi, Crappy Leo. You pretty ink. Be pretty. How was your event? Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Hey, sis. How you doing? Yeah, my rubber band gonna pop, so let me try to clean this hair up because it's hot out here. I wish I was where my sister Lisa was so that I can get some cold air, some cold temperature. Whew. I'm out here in the backyard, y'all. It's hot. Do y'all have gnats where y'all at? Okay, let's go. LBE said to put this in the front. All right. I'm gonna try it. But see, like I said, I like to come into my booth. And we're gonna see. Cause y'all, I've never had to use just one tent because I've always had my own location to set up. But now I'm gonna have to learn how to adjust because of events, you know. If I'm gonna plan on doing events, I have to learn how to adjust to what their specifications are. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me see if y'all still hear me. Can y'all hear me okay? Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna, as y'all know, I normally put benches on top of my tables to give me that layered effect, okay? And this event, they want me to bring all kids. So, LBE, if you in here, girl, am I doing it right or wrong? Okay, that's just enough. But anyway, our items cannot protrude outside of our tent. So, I have to make sure that my things are aligned under the tent per se. I've never done it this way. If I'm not mistaken, I think my sister Lisa, I think she set her table up this way. But I'm not sure. We'll find out. Get my equipment out the way, y'all, so we can see. So I see what y'all saying. And y'all can see what I'm doing here. Y'all show me. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back to y'all messages. All right. So y'all said y'all can hear me. Okay, good. I'm still within my tent, so I'm good. I've never set it up this way. I guess I would, if I decide to use my shelving, I'm gonna have to pull. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to pull it. See, it's gonna be hard for me to stay inside. Okay. Because the space that they're having it in is not very big. So I think this is what LBE was saying to do. Like this shape right here. Again, I have to be aware of being inside of the actual tent. Because where we are, it's like they're going to be butted up against each other, kind of, sort of, because the space is so small that they're having it at. So I have to be able to do this. Now, my problem is I'm claustrophobic, okay? And I don't like to be closed in like that. So I think that's why. And I'm going to give it a try and see if it works in my favor. Do anybody else set their setup like this? Now see, I may be able to put one shelf right here facing out. But I'm going to have to measure my shelving unit to see if it's going to be too wide to stick out. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. Since you said this is how you set up? Yes, I'm doing a mock setup. I'm just doing my tables for right now. Like I said, it looks like it's gonna rain, so I don't want to bring all my products out here. But I am gonna make sure that the products that I bring out fit well in the space. Not excuse me. If I put this table on the front, I'm not gonna be able to make it layered. So that's gonna automatically lose me some space. Okay? Because for one, I'm not gonna be able to see over it. And then if the wind is high, I'm not gonna be able to have my tent up so high. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be another problem that I may run into. And again, like I said, the heat being on the items is an issue for me because it's so hot and that condensation is brutal. So that's why I always do a U on the inside where they can come inside the tent and look at the items. Because I have to protect my investment. And the way that the place is set up, I would have to y'all you can do that. Oh, you can't hear? Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm talking to the daggone phone like it's y'all. Hold on, guys. Now, Lisa, now you know you can't hear. Can anybody else hear? Lisa, you girl, you know you can't hear. Okay. What I was saying was the condensation that's coming from the sun, from the area that we'll be set up at, is gonna be a little iffy for me. You said no one can hear me? Okay, can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now or no? If y'all can't hear me, there's no need to continue the live. Okay, it's better because I'm right in front of the camera. Well, okay, so yeah, what I was saying was I normally don't like to set it up this way. I like to set it up where people can come on the inside and I could put layers on my tables, especially my 8-foot table. But with me having it like this, I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to have a layer on my 8-foot table. I will probably be able to have it on my 6-foot table, but again, I'm not going to be able to face it outward. So that's the problem. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be working on. And I just felt some drizzle, although it's not supposed to. Y'all see how it'll start raining and the sun is out? So yeah, y'all see this sun already cooking your sister's face. It is hot. So yeah. Okay, I'm doing well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just trying to figure out what configuration I want to do. And LBE suggested I do it this way versus me doing it the other way where I normally, have it L shaped and they come inside. Yeah, but I only have so much time set up. So whatever way I'm gonna go with it, I'm gonna have to decide. I'm not gonna have time to go over there, set it up, and then change my mind. I'm not going to have that kind of time. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think we don't even have a whole hour to set up. So you already know I got to bring stuff and set it up and stuff like that. So that's why I like to know what I'm going to do when I get there. I don't. When you get to your event, it's not the time to figure out how you're going to configure your things. You need to already know the items you're going to be able to fit on your table, and you need to know how you're going to configure your table before you even go to these events to set up. A lot of times when you're trying to figure it out while you're there, that's what wastes a lot of time that you don't have. And the last thing you want to do is be setting up when I'm trying to start the sun. Last thing you want to do is be setting up when customers, your items prepared, your bags laid out, your mode of payment. You want to have all your tags and all your bows fluffed. You want to have all that stuff already done when you get there. You don't want to be doing that when you get there. Of course, you're going to have to readjust your bows as you put your items up because they get smashed when they're in there. But when I do a mock setup, even for my outdoor event, like when I'm doing outdoor, I still like to have some type of idea of what items going to go on what table and what items I'm going to take. I don't want to take unnecessary items to take up space that I'm not going to use. As y'all know, I got to make multiple trips because my car is little. So, yeah. It's a SUV that's a non-SUV. Okay? So, I have to take things in sections, and since now I have to take my tent and my tables and my chairs and my weights, that's gonna mess with the space that I have to bring the products. Okay, so I have to work with that. And since it's only kid events, I'm not taking any of my big baskets or anything like that. I will only take probably one or two that's maybe $35 or $40 or something like that. This is gonna be, I guess it's gonna be a event plus a trunk or treat, okay? And then also I have to consider the fact too that we're gonna be on a grassy area. So I normally have my rugs that I bring, but since it's been raining so, I don't want to put my rugs on the wet ground. So I have to figure out. Hold on, let me read what Lisa's saying. Setup shouldn't take hours. You're right. And Lisa, it all depends. It all depends on what your items are. Because this one lady that used to go to the place where I used to set up at, she had jewelry and nails and all that, and she had to do her boards and her stuff. And it did take her that long to set up because of so many small items that she had. So it could take a while. It could take a while. It all depends on your item. Yeah, no. But I mean, no one can say how long someone should take to set up because, like I said, it all depends on their items. It all depends on how small the items are, how they want it set up, and if they're taking pride in what they're setting up, then they're gonna take a little longer to get their setup. And like I said, it all depends on how many items they have. If you just taking 20 big baskets, then that time shouldn't take you hours. But if you taking multiple items and you have multiple size items, even though you are doing a walkthrough on what you're going to do, it still could take an hour or two to set up. Because when you get there and you're in your space change or you'll have to self-adjust. But even then, when you set it up and you think you got it the way you want it, it could always end up being, oh no, I want to change this or I want to change that. So I'm not going to say that it shouldn't take people hours to set up. It all depends on what their products are and what time their setup is and stuff like that. Because a lot of vendors, a lot of people, when you set up maybe an hour before the event starts. And sometimes you can't set up your stuff in enough time. So let me see what you're saying. Good afternoon. Hold on, y'all. Let me get rid of these idiots. Do I have any, Carlos, are you in here? Can you take care of this, please? Hold on, Lisa. Lisa, are y'all there? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, Lisa. I just had a call come. And let me get my nephew on. Let's see if he's monitoring this stuff so he can report it to Facebook. I mean YouTube. I don't know who these trolls are, but y'all on the wrong live trolling. Okay. So when you guys receive your paperwork in the mail, don't be shocked, okay? And your kids playing, your parents will be held responsible. So just know that. Okay, guys, back to what I'm saying. Most events have setup times, and setup times are important to go by. Of course. I'm not saying that it's not. Thank you for the coffee. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you for the gift. Setup times is as important to go by, but it also depends on, again, how much stuff you have. And you're at the mercy of the vendor, at the people that's doing the event. Thank you, Miss Maria, for my cute coffee. That's so cute. I appreciate you. So yeah, it all depends on the vendor, how much time they're gonna give you to set up. And some of them don't give you enough time before the event actually start. And then you gotta consider where your parking. How far is your parking from your event? And if you gotta walk to your event to set up your items, you gotta factor in the fact that you have to make multiple trips to your car. Not everybody can pull up to that vending spot and park. When you have your events, Lisa, you normally have them in a parking lot. A lot of these events are not in a parking lot, so you cannot pull up and right to your spot that you're gonna be set of the building the other day when I went, and it still took us a minute to offload because I didn't have any tents to set up. But you still got to consider the amount of items that you have. Thank you, Heather Daly. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hi, Young Vern. How you doing? So yeah, you have to consider the fact that not everybody can just pull up to the spot. Even when we like last time when we did the event at the Civic Center, we only had so much time to offload. Then we had to go park across the parking lot and up the street, and Daryl had to go to the truck and bring stuff because of where they allowed us to park. They only give you 30 minutes to offload. Okay, and then you got to move and let somebody else pull in to offload. So yeah, we can't say how long it should take somebody to set up. Again, you got to consider all those factors. And y'all know some of these baskets we got to bring in individually. Not all baskets can fit in a box. And if you can fit your baskets especially the sizes that we do, if you can fit your baskets in a box, you can only fit maybe one or two in a box, which is complete waste of space and time. So yeah. Oh, Heather, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm glad that I'm an inspiration to anybody. That makes my heart smile. Guys, as y'all can see, y'all see the clouds keep rolling. I'm scared. I want to bring some merchandise out here. I want to bring some merchandise out here to see how many items I can actually fit, because again, I want to take the amount of items first that I could fit on my table, and then my husband come back and get the rest. Okay. But what I'm considering doing is I may have to get a minivan. I have to rent one because I have to have this stuff done. Because we're 20 minutes away from the house, from the event. 20 to 25 minutes. Even if I arrive early and he dropped me off, I still cannot go down that street until they open it for the vendors. So me showing up early is a no-go because they're going to have the streets blocked off. And the vendors cannot come through until a certain time. So each setup in each vending event is different. Sometimes it takes me an hour because I have a bigger space, I have a bigger location, I have more items, and I'm further away than where I would normally be, or I have to have multiple trips done. So I'm not going to go and rent a U-Haul just for this event. I'm not doing that. That's a waste of money. So if we have to make multiple trips, then that's what we'll do. That's the whole point of me trying to at least get a setup that I'm comfortable with, so I at least the majority of what I would like to take and how I'm going to set it up. So guys, when you're doing this and they tell you that you can only have a 10 by 10 space, and a double space is not available to you for you to be able to do, then you're going to have to work your space up before you go. And due to the fact that it's going to be on the grass, I'm not particularly fond of putting items on the floor, especially here. I know there's a lot of ants and a lot of, y'all just don't know. Y'all live in Florida, y'all know. Ants are relentless, the grounds are wet, and even if I put a rug or something down, I still have to consider ants. Now, if it was on the concrete, that's a different story. But with us being on the grass, and I'm not gonna take that chance. And as you guys know, I'm doing the freeze pops for the trunk or treat. So those freeze pops gonna have to go somewhere on a shelf or on a table, because the ants will have a fest with those. A feast. I'm talking about a fest. Ah! So yeah, and I wanted, like I said, I wanted to bring some items out, but I don't want to get caught in the rain. So I'm going to see if this is going to pass, because y'all see the wind picking up. I'm going to see if that's going to pass. If that passes, then I'll bring some items out and place them up here and see if I like this configuration. Like I said, the only reason I did not want to put the 8-foot table in the front is because of the condensation. And the fact that I'm not going to be able, I'll probably be able to layer it to a certain extent. And let me see, yeah, you have to take that into consideration. How high the wind is. That's gonna even determine if I'm gonna take my folding shelves. Because if the wind is really high, there's no need for me to take them. Because then I'll just be picking items up that blow off the shelf. You know what I'm saying? So we're working against the rain and the wind here and the ants. So yeah. And then I know as night falls, because I know the event does not end until 6 o'clock. So I know when night falls, the wind will pick up. And then the fact that we're between, okay, we're in that courtyard. And so in the courtyard, it's like the business, and then another business, and then another business. So we're in that open field. And I think they can only fit maybe 4 or 5 vendors probably back there. And so we're like in a tunnel situation. So we all know what that means. If you're in that tunnel situation, that wind is coming, okay? So in that situation, what I'm going to try to do is get on the end. I do not want to be in the back, first of all, because the sun, okay, is made like a U, like this. Okay? So I know they're going to have us lined in a U. So what I want to try to do is be the vendor against the fence in the first building, okay? Because if I'm in the back, that means I'm going to be getting all of the sun. I'm going to be getting all of the wind. And I mean, it's not like it's real deep. So I'm going to be getting all of that that's coming through that tunnel. So if I'm on this side of the fence, I could deal with the sun to a certain extent. See what I'm saying? But if I'm facing that way, I'm going to get all the sun. Every bit of it. Because of the way that it's made. So I may even take a ride over there, guys, so that you guys, I'll tell y'all, my backyard is bigger than the space that they're going to have us in. So our tents are going to be butt to butt. So it's not like, and that may also change how I set up, because if we're butt to butt, then they can't go on the side and look at my items that's on that side. You see what I'm saying? And if I set up this way, they're not going to be able to go on the sides unless I'm on this side and that fence is there and they can come on that side. But as far as coming on the second side, that's going to be an issue. The end spots are, yeah. Again, I'm going to find out from her how many vendors, because like I said, the space is big. If all of us got a 10 by 10 chair, only about 4 or 5 of us max could fit over there. It's not big at all. So, and then you got to think about the customers that's got to come through there and walk and do the trunk or treat and all of that stuff. So it's not a very big space. So I don't think that they'll be having people in the middle, in the center of the courtyard. I don't even know why I'm calling it a courtyard. Okay, let me show y'all something. Can y'all see that corner of my yard where this brick end to that fence? That's how big it is. The space. That's how big it is. And that's probably being generous. But that's how big it is. That corner of my yard. That's how big it is. So yeah, it's gonna be a little something. I'm trying to get y'all see like the sun. Am I freezing, guys? So guys, if that's the case, then if I have to switch it around, then the only adjustment I will make is the back table going to the back. These two coming to the front, to the side. And then they'll have to come inside. Let me show you. I gotta find somewhere to put my phone. Hold on, guys. Y'all, it's hot as Hades. It's like, it's 82 degrees, y'all. But the sun is relentless. Humidity is what gets you. But now they're saying it's supposed to rain. I knew it. Hold on, let me come back. Hello, welcome in. Like I said, the only thing that would change is the 8 foot. The only thing would change is the 8 foot come to the back. Bring it as far as I can to the back. And then these be on the side. Like I said, I'm new to having to set up the table. Now, if I get the end, then I'm gonna let my table stick out some. I don't care what they say. You know, I thought that, I know that LBE, the way that she said hers, gives you more space, like kind of a little bit more space seem like, but then again, it's kind of the same. But now here, now if I can push it out a little more beyond the tent, then that's fine because I still have room for people to come in here and walk around or what have you. And then me and my husband will put our chair on the corner. But let's see if I see. And that will. So this is another This is another configuration that I can do. But like I said, I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it? I got the 2 6s on the side and the 8 in the back. I just had the 8 in the front. But if I do that, then if I put the 8 in the front, then the customers can't come in. And then also, if we're side to side, they're not going to be able to look at the merchandise if I have it facing outward. So we're going to be butted up against each other. I may not have no choice but to set it in this, in this form. But if we got space between us and the customer can go on the other side and look at the stuff on the other side, then I'll do LBE setup. But if we're butt to butt, then I have no choice but to set it this way. Which is fine with me because they can come in and look at the merchandise. And I could use my 2 benches to elevate the items. And then I could use this one to, or I could use those with my crates and stuff like that. So that's another option. But again, this is going to help me figure out what items I'm taking, what size items I'm taking, and how many items I'm going to start off with. After that, then I get my initial setup, and then I'll have my husband to go get the other items. But my initial setup is what I'm going to be concerned about. So my thing is, I do it in advance because I don't want to overthink it. So I have to have it in my mind. That's just the way my mind works. I like to be prepared so that I can be prompt with what I have to do. And I don't want to be flustered getting it done. So when I email the young lady that's going to she's going to email us today to tell us what time the setup is. And when she tells me the setup time, I'm going to ask her at that time, are we going to be like butted together? And how much space are we going to have between each other? So once she tells me how much space we'll have between each vendor, that's going to make all the difference into how I set up, okay? If we have space between vendors, then I'll do LBE's way. The 8 across and 6 in the, I sit in the back, okay? If we're butt to butt, I'll set up this way. And they just have to go for what person can come in the tent. So I think the only issue that I would have is if I don't have no overflow space. If I can't go an inch past my pole with my table, then it's going to be a little cluttered. Clustered in. So I'll make a decision at that point as to what to do. I might, if that's the case, then what I may end up doing is losing a table, okay, and bringing in my 2 folding shelves that you guys seen me use inside the truck, okay? So all of this have to play a part in planning your event if you are limited to a 10 by 10, okay? This is something I'm not used to because, like I say, I normally set up on the street, and I have 4 10 by 10 tents, and I could set up any type of way I want to set up. But to put baskets and big stuff, okay? So I'm not going to take so many big, bulky items. I will probably take a few. I'm going to take gifts that's $30 and less. That's it. Maybe $35 and less. But I have to also keep in mind that this is an event, and they're going to be doing a lot of walking and going around different area because that whole area downtown is going to have trunk or treat. So I have to also consider that. They may not want to walk around with a big gift uh, from place to place, okay? So that's why I'm thinking smaller gifts and bags. Because of the type of event, and I know that they'll be walking through downtown with those items. So don't nobody want to walk around with no big old basket unless their car is like close by and they can stop off at their car and drop it. The fact that they may have to do that. Lisa, can you hear me? Am I buffering? So guys, you know when you set up, you use your tent, you can use your totes, you can use some crates, anything that, okay, good. Anything that could elevate your setup, your items, so they don't be flat on the table. I have some wood crates that I'm gonna use. I have some wire baskets that I'm going to use. And what I tend to do is when I'm trying to set up, I want to do different heights, then I don't worry about it. But I will elevate it. Like I said, I got 2 benches. Hold on, I'll go get them. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to go to the garage. So, this is the 6-foot bench. Got on Amazon. Yeah, I gotta be careful. This joker will fold up on your hand. I'm an experienced child. I'm gonna set it back here so y'all can see it on this table. Oh, sorry, y'all. Lock it. And so this is how I'm gonna set it on my table so that it give me some type of elevation. And then I normally set those on the 8 or the 6. Normally I have 2 8s, but like I said, since I can't, I'm gonna set them up on the 6-foot table to give it the elevation. And then I'll use my crates and whatever else on my sides, on my 6-foot. So y'all know I'm taking some of those squishmallows. Yeah, it's a bench, sis. It's a bench, and I have 2 of them. I got them off Amazon a while back, and so that's what I use to elevate. And you know, once I put my draping on it, nobody can tell that it's a bench. So, yeah. I've even used them under the table to make like a double layer table. Let me show you. But since my walking space is going to be limited, I won't do it. I don't know what's going on with this leg right here, child. You know, you can sit it right here in the front and make kind of like a double layer kind of table. So you can put some of your smaller, shorter gifts down here and use it like that. Or even if you have enough space, like I sometimes do in my other, when I'm on the street, sometimes I use this as a table itself. So I have to figure out where I'm gonna put my squishmallows and stuff. If I take my shelving, which I'm thinking I might lose this table and put my two folding shelves right here. That way I can have somewhere to put my items that need to stand and lean on something. Okay? So I'm out of breath, y'all. Going to that garage with my behind out. Whew. I got it off Amazon, Lisa. They're 6-foot folding benches. That's what they're called. I don't know. I got it a long time ago. So yeah, guys. So I feel a little. I'm getting a little drizzle. So I'm gonna not bring my stuff out, and I'm gonna take my tables down, and I might leave them under the tent to see how bad it's gonna rain. If it don't get too bad, then I'll leave it. But leave it up and then come back out here later on today and set up how I'm gonna set it up. So yeah, it's drizzling. So let me get my iPad first and foremost. All right, guys, y'all see how the sun is out but it's drizzling? That's crazy, right? Well, who are we to tell the Lord what to do? Yeah, there's no telling. So, like I said, if we have space between vendors, then I'll do LBE way and push everything to the front, okay? And that way, because that way they can go on the side and look at all of the items. But if we're butt to butt, I'm going to have to do it this way. There's no other way to do it, because they won't be able to see the items if there's no pass-through between us. So, yeah. So, I do like LBE's way. And it also gives us somewhere to sit. But we always have somewhere to sit on the end. We always see that little corner right there in that corner. We have enough room for our chairs. So that's all that matters to me. And I see that if I do it this way, I see that I got a little space in the front. See right here? I still have a little space in between the tent where I could probably put my stuff for the trunk or treat on here. I have a small table that I could bring out and sit it. That way it's elevated and the ants won't get it, okay? So I have two small tables that I can flank on the side. I'm gonna put the, y'all know I'm giving away those freeze pops. So I'm just gonna put them in a bucket and sit them up here and they can just grab that. Okay? So and then push come to shove, I have some corner tables that I use in my house. They're shelves, but they're on the corner. So I could put them on the corner of each table if I need to and have extra height for some stuff and put the stuff on there. I did it on one of my other setups, one of my old videos. So yeah, it's just a it's rain, it's drizzling. Y'all hold on, let me grab my iPad. Sorry about being in our face, but I don't need her getting wet. I'm going to the tent. So yeah. I'm going to end the live, guys. I'm going to come back. It kept saying it's not going to rain, but now it's drizzling. So I don't want to bring my merchandise outside and if it's drizzling because a lot of my stuff is in that cellophane wrap. And we all know that moisture get in there and that condensation get in there. And I don't want to take that chance with the plushies in the blankets and stuff. So I'm going to end the live and then I'll just come back when it's safe for me to come outside to do it. Can y'all hear me? Hold on. What is going on? Can y'all still hear me or no? I hate filming with this iPad. I swear I do. Let me see if y'all still there. I'm going to go to my phone. Because it's not showing me any messages. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all still there, or did the live actually end? It said that the live ended on my phone. Oh, okay. So yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully it's just a drizzle, y'all, and then I can come out. Let me pull my tables. Hopefully it's just a drizzle, and it'll end soon. Cause sometimes we get rain for 5 minutes, and it be torrential pour down, and then the next 5 minutes it's like clear. So sorry for the noise, guys. I might have to end the live inside because it's definitely drizzling, and your girl ain't finna be out here in the rain talking to y'all. I can still go on my screen and porch. Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Let me go inside. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go on my screen and porch because y'all, I was hot out there, man. I'm telling you. Whew, Jesus. Hot, hot, hot. I'm gonna try to prop y'all up on something. What? I don't know. Hold on, guys. Let me find something to prop y'all up on while I talk to y'all. Whew. Okay, can y'all hear me? Up in my face, ain't it? Jeez. Let me see what y'all saying. See if y'all have any questions. Do y'all have any questions? If y'all don't have any questions, then I'm gonna end the live. And then, like I said, I'll come back when it stopped doing what it's gonna do. I wanted to for the sun because it's so hot. As y'all can see, my face is, the sun is cooking me. So what I'll do is come back after the fact. I'm sweating all under my 3 chins, child. All right, Lisa, it seems like me and you the only ones in here. All right, so I'm gonna go and I'll come back when it's time for me to set up. Lisa, you can call me if you need to, if you want to. Hello, hello, Embellished Designs, welcome in. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. And so tonight I'm gonna go ahead on and get my crates together, get my stands together. Hi. Hi, all occasion gifts. How are you, love? So tonight I'll be getting my tablecloths together, everything that I need to take, like my work kit. So I'll probably go live and do that. And so what I'll do is I'll probably go live doing that. Get my thing together. Let's see. I'm trying to get my things back up so I can see y'all. Okay. Can y'all see me now? Can y'all hear me still? I'm trying to see my text messages, y'all. Y'all see I got my glasses on. So yeah, so that's what I do. And I'll probably do a video or I'll do a live. Probably, I don't know if I'm going to go live. I might do a video with getting my my kit together for me to go on, to the event. I may do a video for that for members only. I don't know yet. I may still do it just a regular video. Okay. And then if the weather permits, I'll come back outside and do the setup. But I'm waiting for her to send me the information as to if we're going to be butt to butt or if we're going to be have space between us, because that's going to also determine what I bring, how I set up as well. So guys, and I might just take a ride. I might just take a ride over there and show y'all the space. Y'all want to see the space? Because like I said, it's small. It's not like a big courtyard. It's like the corner, probably half of the corner of my yard that I showed y'all. No, I'm sweating so bad. It is so hot. I hope it don't be that hot when we go to the event. I'm hoping and praying that it's not that hot. Let's see what y'all saying. If y'all don't have anything else to say, I'm gonna end the live and go on and do what I gotta do. Like I said, I may take a ride over there to look at the space. If y'all want to see the space, I'll show y'all. Y'all just let me know if that's something that y'all interested in, and I'll go from there. Y'all not saying nothing, so let me see. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the live. Till the next time, be the best you can be. Don't stress a lot, God to handle the rest. I'm gonna go in here and drink me a bottle of water, cool off, and I'm probably gonna close the tent down just in case the wind decided to want to take it. Yeah, I know my other tents got broken, so yeah, that's a whole nother situation, but help is on the way. All right, guys, until the next time, be the best you can be. Don't stress a lot, got to handle the rest, and I'll be talking to y'all. Lisa, I'm gonna call you because I got something to tell you. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye. Uh-oh.